such hope. What are the elements of the celebration, and why is each element included? This card, before we get started today, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that this is a difficult and dark time in the world for many of us right now. And I am coming into all of these readings with that understanding and awareness. And nothing that is shared here is intended to mitigate whatever else might be going on in your life at the moment. I see tarot as a way to empower oneself to be able to see things more clearly and know exactly where to take action when maybe the next best step isn't so clear. So with that, we will get into our readings for this month. Thank you. Aquarius! Welcome to your April reading, but of course this message is for you anytime you find it. As always, we'll be using our classic Mystic Compass spread, starting here at the north. This card will represent the area of your life that has to do with housing, finances, career, etc. And then we've got an action item to follow. Over here to the east, we've got our thoughts, mindset, focus, dreams, as well as an action item to complement. Down here at the south, we've got our passions, our belief systems, anything that gets us really fired up, that gets us going, and our motivation, as well as a corresponding action item. Over here to the west, we've got our feelings and emotions, anything that is touching us in a deep emotional way, as well as an action item that corresponds. Finally, we've got one card in the center to tie everything together to show us what exactly we are looking at as the main point of the reading of this month and how everything is interconnected. Starting here at the north, we have, oh my goodness, our Queen of Cups. So there's this mothering energy that is surrounding this this theme of your housing, finances, career, and possibly healthcare. So some of you just need a good motherly hug, and some of you just need your mom to tell you that it's okay. And a lot of you don't have a mom that is able to do that for you for any number of reasons, whether she has already passed or whether she is not emotionally available. So you can find that energy in other people. It can be literal moms, or it can just be around people that have that ability to really hold space for what is present for you. And you can find them in different groups and different places. And let's see what your action item is here. Oh my gosh, 2 of Cups. I was not expecting that, Aquarius. So, but I guess I should have been expecting it, because based on what I just said, 2 of Cups is representing intimacy. So what you really need is true emotional connection and intimacy with someone in this realm of the housing, finances, etc., healthcare, career. It seems like you could be going through a difficult time, but it doesn't necessarily have to be difficult. It could just be something new, and that's kind of scary because it's brand new for you. And so connecting with other people is the most important thing for you right now, and connecting with people that are able to share that sort of like mothering energy with you is your next best step. So being vulnerable, finding people with whom you can be open and honest and vulnerable is super important, Aquarius. And that is where you will be able to find your way in this area of your life. So right now, it's not even about anything tangible. It's all emotion. and how you're feeling. And now's the time to really come back to self, come back to center, so that you can move forward with any other changes. Or it could be that maybe you've recently gone through a change in one of these realms and you just need connection to process that and to co-regulate. So that's what I'm seeing for you there. Let's move over to the east and see what's in store for you in terms of thoughts and dreams and focus. My goodness, we have King of Cups. So with this King of Cups energy, Aquarius, we already had Queen of Cups. Now we have King of Cups. There's a lot of cups going on here. So this is a very emotional month for you. With this King of Cups energy, we're looking at like a fatherly love. And there's like this thought about does a fatherly figure even look like and feel like. So, and you've been thinking a lot, maybe you don't have a father figure that you can rely on, and you're thinking about that aspect. You're thinking about there's a lot of parenthood here that's happening, and what the emotional benefits are to parenthood and things of that nature. Your action item over here is the 7 of Wands. So when we're looking at the 7 of Wands, you're navigating a space that is unknown. You're navigating the path, the next steps. And that is the homework assignment in this area of your life, Aquarius, is navigating what are those next steps. And when you're navigating that, I would encourage you to come back to what we were talking about in the north, where you're looking at what does vulnerability and intimacy really mean to you, and how can that take you forward in this path of seeking fatherhood, whether that's fatherhood for yourself, because some of you are thinking about parenthood in terms of yourself, whether that's seeking parenthood and fatherhood in terms of yourself or others, your own parents, parental figures. This is helping you along your journey. So instead of just being stuck in your mind, we're moving into feelings and we're moving into passions. Like, where are your passions guiding you? Moving down to the south, so this is your connection to the divine and your passions. We have the star. There's such hope here, Aquarius. There's hope in where you're moving and how you're moving about your passions and your connection to spirituality. Anything you wish for is possible. There just have to be the right circumstances in place in order for you to get those things. Okay, so let's see, what is your action item down here? Page of Swords. We've got the Page of Swords. This is such a beautiful card to come out right now, because this is looking at the path ahead and being strategic about the path ahead. So this isn't just letting things happen. This is really thinking, what are my next steps? Where am I going? What is my roadmap? What is my blueprint? And like I said, anything you wish for is possible. So what do you wish for, and what is the roadmap for you to get there? In terms of your spirituality, what would be most fulfilling to you? That is your homework assignment in this area of your life, is to figure out what is that roadmap. Aquarius, you have a lot of big things going on already. So I know that this is a huge undertaking. I am not downplaying that whatsoever. I am just simply pointing this out as so that you're aware of it, of all the big things, because this seems to be a pretty big month for you. There's a lot coming out here that might be new or is resurfacing because it didn't fully come to completion from the past. Okay, over to the west. Let's see what's going on in terms of your emotions. I know we've had a lot of emotions already, but alas, there's always more. Oh, yay, 3 of Cups. Aquarius, what are we celebrating? This is so exciting. There's a celebration to be had. This is a reminder to acknowledge all the places you've been, all the challenges that you've overcome, the goals that you've accomplished, and to do so among others, among community, among friends. This isn't a solo celebration. You're not celebrating by yourself. It is important to be witnessed by others. It is important to have other human beings witness us on our journeys, both at our high times and our low times. And that is because part of the human experience is being witnessed. How do we really know who we are without having the input of others? Because it is impossible to know oneself fully. There have been studies on this. There was a study, I believe about 20 years ago, more or less, and it is, I don't know who ran the study, but it is called the real self, fake self dichotomy. And the whole premise of this study is that there can be no full oneself, real self, without the input of others. So that's not the same thing as asking for validation from other people. That's simply having the input of other people. So sometimes I ask my friends for input on my own life and my own personal circumstances, because sometimes they're able to see blind spots about me and my life that I can't see. And so I like having that perspective, because if I ask my friends an honest question, I will get an honest answer. I have that relationship with my close circle. And so if I ask friends honestly what it is that I'll ask them, do you think that I am fill in the blank? And they'll say yes or no. So sometimes they agree with me, and sometimes they don't agree with me, and they'll say, no, I think you're missing this about yourself. And it's really good to do that, just to check in and gauge how you are operating in the world around you with other people. Let's see, what is your action item over here? Oh my goodness, Page of Pentacles. Very interesting. So this is taking that celebration and those feelings as a learning opportunity. So what can you do? How can you turn that into something to pay it forward? Maybe it's as simple as friends showing up to celebrate you and then you doing the same for them. It could be that type of reciprocity. It could also be how it's breaking it down step by step and being intentional about the celebration. What are the elements of the celebration, and why is each element included on a very literal, tangible level? So are we just going out to dinner? Are we making dinner? Are we throwing a whole party? Will there be music and hors d'oeuvres and a swimming pool and whatever else? Or do we want it to be something very like low key and just have a few friends over for mocktails or something? Do we want there to be a purpose in the celebration? So is there going to be a follow-up action? Did I receive a gift from the universe and I want to pay it forward in some way? What are the tangible things that have to happen in order to do that? All right, let's see what is our final card tying it all together, Aquarius. You've got a lot going on this month. Oh my goodness, more cups, I'm not surprised. 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. This card is looking at, I've said this before, that I always see this card as sort of like Shakespeare's play, of All the World's a Stage. And are you the one that is on the stage performing, or are you the one in the audience that is watching others perform? at some point in our lives, we all play both roles. We all play both. And so just asking you, what is that concept, and are you playing both roles at the same time? So for example, when we're having these celebratory experiences, are you the one being celebrated and celebrating someone else, and possibly both at the same time? And this is really looking at what is emotionally fulfilling to you, and how can you share that emotional fulfillment with other people. This is an opportunity to bring joy to others. Maybe you literally work in entertainment, or maybe you're just a jokester, a clown among your friends, or both. This is an opportunity to grow and deepen on an emotional level, Aquarius. This is huge. There's so much going on for you this month. I love all of it. Please let me know how this is landing for you guys in the comments. I would love to see what is going on for you this month and beyond. So please do share. Thank you, Aquarius. I will see you soon. Bye. Please be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for a fuller picture of your month ahead. Thank you. Bye.